Stellar value equivalent to 25,007 rands a coin. The present cost range 2282625 558. The earlier day close 240 The change was plus 0562 plus 230%. Opposite rate ZAR to XLM. Stellar cost expectation for July 2024. At the outset cost at 201 rands. Excessive cost 228, while low cost 198. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 210. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 213. Change for July 60%. Stellar conjecture for August 2024. At the outset cost at 213 rands. Excessive cost 225, while low cost 195. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 211. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 210. Change for August 14%. Stellar cost expectation for September 2024. Initially cost at 210 rands. Excessive cost 239, while low cost 207. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 220. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 223. Change for September 62%. Stellar figure for October 2024. Initially cost at 223 rands. Excessive cost 233, while low cost 203. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 219. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 218. Change for October 22%. Stellar cost expectation for November 2024. Before all else cost at 218 rands. Excessive cost 236, while low cost 206. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 220. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 221. Change for November 14%. Stellar figure for December 2024. Before all else cost at 221 rands. Excessive cost 274, while low cost 221. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 243. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 256. Change for December 15.8%. Stellar cost expectation for January 2025. To start with cost at 256 rands. Exorbitant cost 311, while low cost 256. The found the middle value of cost 279. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 291. Change for January 13.7%. Stellar gauge for February 2025. To start with cost at 291 rands. Exorbitant cost 330, while low cost 286. The found the middle value of cost 304. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 318. Change for February 5.8%. Stellar cost expectation for Walk 2025. In the first place cost at 308 rands. Exorbitant cost 308, while low cost 248. The found the middle value of cost 283. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 267. Change for spring 13.3%. Stellar figure for April 2025. Initially cost at 267 rands. Excessive cost 332, while low cost 267. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 294. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 310. Change for April 16.1%. Stellar cost expectation for May 2025. In the first place cost at 310 rands. Exorbitant cost 336, while low cost 292. The found the middle value of cost 313. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 314. Change for May 13%. Stellar conjecture for June 2025. At the outset cost at 314 rands. Excessive cost 389, while low cost 314. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 345. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 364. Change for June 15.9%. Stellar cost expectation for July 2025. In the first place cost at 364 rands. Exorbitant cost 396, while low cost 344. The found the middle value of cost 369. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 370. Change for July 16%. Stellar estimate for August 2025. First and foremost cost at 370 rands. Exorbitant cost 402, while low cost 350. The found the middle value of cost 375. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 376. Change for August 16%. Stellar cost expectation for September 2025. First and foremost cost at 376 rands. Excessive cost 395, while low cost 343. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 371. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 369. Change for September 19%. Stellar conjecture for October 2025. Before all else cost at 369 rands. Excessive cost 458, while low cost 369. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 406. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 428, change for October 16%. Stellar cost expectation for November 2025. Before all else cost at 418 rands. Excessive cost 418, while low cost 364. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 403. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 391, change for November 86%. Stellar conjecture for December 2025. At the outset cost at 391 rands. Excessive cost 447, while low cost 389. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 411. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 418, change for December 69%. Stellar cost expectation for January 2026. Initially cost at 418 rands. Excessive cost 455, while low cost 395. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 423. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 425, change for January 17%. Stellar figure for February 2026. Before all else cost at 425 rands. Excessive cost 425, while low cost 347. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 393. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 373, change for February 2%. Stellar cost expectation for Walk 2026. Before all else cost at 373 rands. Exorbitant cost 406, while low cost 352. They found the middle value of cost 378. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 379, change for spring 16%. Stellar gauge for April 2026. To start with cost at 379 rands. Exorbitant cost 443, while low cost 379. They found the middle value of cost 404. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 414. Change for April 92%. Stellar cost expectation for May 2026. Before all else cost at 414 rands. Excessive cost 440, while low cost 382. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 412. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 411. Change for May 7%. Stellar conjecture for June 2026. At the outset cost at 411 rands. Excessive cost 447, while low cost 389. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 416. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 418. Change for June 17%. Stellar cost expectation for July 2026. At the outset cost at 418 rands. Excessive cost 455, while low cost 395. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 423. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 425. Change for July 17%. Stellar figure for August 2026. Initially cost at 425 rands. Excessive cost 445, while low cost 387. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 418. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 416. Change for August 21%. Stellar cost expectation